concentrating on the game and you're trying to get numbers of players and everything. You know?
All been there. And you are welcome along here to the Cooley Peninsula. It's Cooley Kickham's GAA club for this Lidl Ladies National Football League Round 2 encounter. It is, of course, Louth, who are the home team here today, that are taking on Roscommon. The rain had held off for the majority of the time that we had been here, but it has just arrived. Very, very blustery conditions, it must be said, here as well. Thankfully, the pitch itself appears to be holding up, which is the most important thing, but one gets the feeling already that this could be the proverbial game of two halves in regards to who maybe will have that blustery conditions on their back. It's a sort of a cross-field wind coming directly across into our faces here. We'll go through the two teams for you. There is changes on the Roscommon team, but we'll start with Louth being the home side. Una Pearson in goal. Michelle McMahon, Ellis Hand and Holly Lamb-Sally in that full-back line. Rebecca Carr, Shannon McLaughlin and Ciara Nolan in the half-back line, with Aoife Halligan and Emer Byrne at the centre of the field. Roisin Kavanagh, Kate Flood and Aoife Russell in the half-forward line, with Laura Collins, Niamh Rice, who is actually a club girl from the club here, Cooley Peninsula, and Jenny McCourt. As you can see, the rain now just streaming across the field with us here, which will add just to the difficult conditions. Roscommon, they have made two changes. The number 25, Aisling McAuliffe, is coming in for the number 7, Saoirse Timon. And there's a change in the full forward line. Jenny Higgins, who came in off the bench last week to get a goal to her name, replaces one of those goal scorers in that victory over, or in that loss to Down by a point, Niamh Shanaher, making way for her. So it's Helena Cummins in goal, Sinead Kenny, Rachel Brady and Megan Kelly in the full back line. Rushing Wynne, Rachel Fitzmaurice and Saoirse Timon, but Aisling McAuliffe in that half-back line, with Kate Nolan and Lisa O'Rourke at the centre of the field. Laura Fleming, Abby Curran and Caroline Conway in the half-forward line, with Aisling Hanley. Jenny Higgins, as noted, coming into the full-forward position, and Niamh Feeney. That may not necessarily be the positions that they will hold whenever the game gets underway, but that is the positions that they're replacing at the moment, as I say, coming in at the start of this one. The rain, as noted, had been holding off. This game had been fixed originally for the Centre of Excellence in Louth. Darver was moved from there out to the Cooley Peninsula here. Has been very, very blustery conditions from the early hours that we had arrived here, and the rain now just coming in on the back of that, and it's blowing directly into our faces here as well, directly into our camera point. And we must thank the local club members here who organised at very, very short notice for a cover of a trailer to arrive with us here to give some semblance of cover. It is very, very much appreciated, as the changes made in the venue early this morning to get us here. The two teams breaking away from their huddles. They had been warming up over at the club rooms away off to our left hand side, and made the walk, jog, run over to the grounds here to what I've been told by the local club members is the backfield, and it is up at the back of the main ground with us here. So taking up their positions, very blustery, as you can feel and see maybe from the camera point as well. Right out, you can see the players actually trying to stand against it. This is going to be very interesting. Philip Conway, by the way, our man just over the border from us here. You can see the ball actually moving. He's placed it down on the ground, so it'll be interesting when he throws this ball up. It may be favourable to actually take a step to your right or to your left, because I can't envisage the ball just going straight up on the back of this one. But these are the conditions, same for both sides, and it looks like that it is going to be Roscommon playing from air right to left as we look out. Philip Conway getting the action underway. Turn around, make sure his officials are in place. Yeah, they're giving them the thumbs up. All the watches have been checked with us here. Speaking of watches, just to put my own going as well, and the ball did swirl in the breeze. It's taken down inside there by Louth, immediately onto it with their centre half back, the number 6, back out again. It was Shannon McLaughlin was there, right across in height to Aoife Russell here. Russell back in again, then to Emer Byrne, that took the initial pull down from the sky at the start. So all very quickly through the hands. That's what you're going to see here today. It has to be just hand passing. Kicking game may not work, particularly as it looks like Louth are going against the breeze here. Stripped the possession inside. There was Rebecca Carr, ball on the ground, breaks out, and it's Roscommon that are breaking with Kate Nolan, their first piece of action, getting their hand on ball today. And now they can afford to go with the long ball inside, because it is the breeze that is favouring them. When I say a breeze, it's a gale force wind that'll be on their backs, but that's gone the whole way back. Louth clear up the danger, back to the goalkeeper Una Pearson, way out over to that far side. And again, difficult conditions there just for Holly Lamb-Sally. Got it up second time of asking, fed it out. She's going to go back in and look for the return ball again. Managed to do that. The players are effectively having nearly to bend their head down and face into the gale force wind, but that's good handwork and coming back out inside here again. I don't know if Louth have actually kicked ball yet. It's all through the hands. Now there is the kick block coming in. Great hand going up from Lisa Rourke to pick that one down. Again, ball goes to ground. The referee allowing it just to play along the ground. There's a little trip inside there. That looked like it was Aoife Halligan that went to ground. Was fouled. And an opportunity out to this near side to Emma Bourne. Bourne again. I can hear the encouragement of the management here. Off the shoulder, off the shoulder. That's exactly what they're doing. Emma Bourne back on side once more. Into Jenny McCourt. McCourt then transfers it right across to Roisin Kavanagh. Kavanagh solo out of the ball and carrying again. Quickly through the hands inside to the corner forward. Laura Collins, 2 points to her name. The last day out as we hold tightly to all paperwork, all folders, all pens and all watches that we have in our hand, and the referee facing into the gale. You can see him, he's actually standing trying to make sure he stays upright. They're going to go short with it. There's absolutely no way you'd kick from distance into that breeze. Back out again. A credit to both teams, even in the opening minutes with us here, to be able to play in these conditions. Louth on the ball. Scores maybe few and far between here this afternoon. A little push in on the back on the Roscommon player that was going to ground. Past maybe Lisa Rourke that was fouled inside there, and it's going to go and taken quickly by Rachel Fitzmaurice. Back down into the corner, and Roscommon going up along that far side. Nice ball transferred, Rachel Fitzmaurice again. Now putting it across, and off the shoulder comes rushing wind for her. Lost the ball, kicked it along the ground, up into the corner, looking for Hanley. Aisling Hanley, the ball may win the race. It was aided by the wind and the rain that was driving behind it there, and it goes right out over the far end line. It'll register as a wide, but it was really more a ball being tried to put into the corner to be played. It would be interesting to see Una Pearson how her kick out, but she has to go very short on it, so Roscommon maybe could push up a wee bit tighter on that. And there's a hand block going in there. It was Michelle McMahon was coming out with another strong challenge going inside there, and that was Kate Nolan this time, and she wins the free. It'll be interesting to see, will they try to go long with it here? Megan Kelly's coming up, taking it very quickly up into the corner, looking for Jenny Higgins. They come in the last day in that 4-9 to 4-10 high scoring encounter with Down, and still lost by a point, but got the point back out, or got a goal on that day. Caroline Conway sweeps it right across the field. It's going to be a race for possession over there. Winning that race, I can tell you, is Ciara Nolan. Little push in on her back as she went to go down on it there. Rushing Wind was in the race with her as well. And again, they take it quickly with Nolan. Ciara Nolan right out over onto the far side. The Louth player carrying, going to come back in. Nolan, oh, a great hand going up there to break that one down. And that looks like, is it the number 15 Feeney, is it? It is, Niamh Feeney. Obviously acting as a sort of a sweeper role back in her half-back line there at that time when she cut that one out to Caroline Conway. Conway back inside again, stood up. Feeney will more or less just run into the player. Again, that ball being driven up into the corner, and again, it's the ball that's going to win the race, and it's going to be a 45. In fact, there was a Louth hand that went in on it there. And again, you wonder, will they try to go long with the kick or work something short for themselves here? Still awaiting the opening score with us, as the rain has eased off ever so slightly, but very, very blustery, windy conditions. You're right out on the Cooley Peninsula here. The Irish Sea is literally behind us as you'd head out towards Greenore. Carlingford back down the opposite direction from us here. That ball has just been placed in. The other ball had run off. There's a fall off the edge of the field over in that corner that has run down onto a little bit of ground that's between this, as I noted, is the backfield and the main club grounds of Cooley Kickums, and they are going to go off the ground for this one, and it's the number 10 Laura Fleming, I can tell you, is standing over it. I'd imagine if she can get it up, it will carry, and that's exactly what it's done, carrying the whole way in there. Went just through the hands. It was Ciara Nolan that got a hand up through her hands, and it's over then with Shannon McLaughlin. Gets it picked up at the second time of asking, comes the whole way back to her full back. Ellis hand through the hand over to her right hand side here, back in again, looking for the return ball, has managed to get it, played out front end to Aoife Russell, and Louth definitely are moving a lot better with ball in hand. Quickly transferred, Katie Flood then laid it back off inside again, and now the ball's going dropping down into the corner to Laura Collins. Collins going to sweep it across the opposite side of the field. Oh, great hands inside there. Megan Kelly had read where that one was going, got her hand to it, but it spilled as they come out, and it's in with Jenny McCourt once more. McCourt solo on the ball. I can hear them shouting at her to carry the ball, want her to get in a bit closer before she makes an attempt at the post. Flood was back on it, back out again to McCourt once more, still at the distance he's in. Nice ball transferred in over the top to Niamh Rice, and Niamh Rice gets the opening score for Louth here. It was well worked. You could hear the shouts going out to carry the ball. That's exactly what they done, and it was No, Niamh Rice, well, she'd be familiar with this ground. It is her home club, and she puts it in and over the bar. And Louth are immediately back on it here again. Lord, there's an umbrella has just gone flying off. I'd say by the time it stopped, it'll be in the Irish Sea off to my left-hand side here. A spectator chasing after, but we're following the action here. Again, ball just hit the back of the Louth players to try to play it in there, and coming out with it is one of the two changes, Aisling McAuliffe. Supporters returned back and has give up on the umbrella. It did win the race. Ball being played up into the corner here, and again it's going to be a race right down into the corner, and the ball, oh well done, brilliantly kept in, it must be said, in the corner there by Aisling Hanley. Managed to get a fall to it, or a foot to it, to keep it inside. Appears to be wearing a scrum cap of sorts as well. Back out again, that looks like it's Lisa O'Rourke on the back. No, it's not, it's Jenny Higgins in fact. Out into the centre here once more, and now it's Kate Nolan. The referee judges, he had been playing the advantage. Our referee, as I noted, Philip Conway of Armagh, had been playing the advantage there. Little tug back on Jenny Higgins originally, and she's going to come back to take the resulting free. And again, looking inside, what options is available. Going to go, the ball's carrying. The goalkeeper allows it to bounce, and it's landed into the back of the net. Well, there was always the danger of that. You could see how much the ball was swirling. It bounced on the goalkeeper, Una Pearson. It went past her. But that was really down to the conditions there. And Jenny Higgins, well, she got one last week, and she's done similar this week. But it really was a case just of the conditions there. Possibly maybe just to bounce the ball as well. Catching the goalkeeper out because it swirled off, and here comes Roscommon again. It's inside to Lisa O'Rourke. O'Rourke pops it up over into the hands there of Laura Fleming. Fleming going to come off her shoulder. That's spinning, and it looks at the spun inside the inside of the post, and that is a score. Just waiting for the umpires to acknowledge it. I don't think they've got flags, but he definitely did put his hand up, and that spun and hung for a long time, swirling in the air before it dropped in and over the post, and that coming off the foot of Laura Fleming. So Roscommon suddenly making good on their attacks. Have two wides to their name, but they weren't shots on goal at that time. There were balls that they were trying to put in that won the race out over the end line. As conditions continue to get very, very blustery with us here. Just looking around to make sure all equipment has remained and stays in place, and it's going to be another free. It's Laura Fleming with us here. Go and grab an Erin box that has tried to do a runner. Fleming standing over this one. Out just inside the 45-metre line, possibly on the arc of the D. Oh, brilliant disguise of her free kick there, but again the ball, and well done again by the number 13 in there, Aisling Hanley, just to take that one back out, looking for Laura Fleming once more. Captain of the side back in now to Higgins, and Higgins again is dropping one inside, and the goalkeeper this time does come out, gets the body behind it, spills the ball, and it goes out and goes for a resultant 45. But Una Pearson certainly wasn't going to allow another ball bounce in front of her inside there. Just caught her hand, and again, just to reiterate, the very, very difficult conditions with that ball that's coming in like that. It's swirling and hanging in the air, very, very difficult for any player to deal with, in particular the goalkeeper as well. And again, you'll see that ball kicked out, the breeze caught it and has carried it right over to this far side. And an opportunity, Roscommon, Megan Kelly just retrieving it. She's going to give it into Laura Fleming. The linesman on the steer side just pointing where the ball is to be taken from. A couple of runners wanting to go short. Again, nice ball, popped inside again, looking in for Hanley. Bounced off Hanley's body and out, and coming to retrieve it is Caroline Conway. Conway deep up into the corner here. I mean, double marked right up into the corner, and a judge to have overcarried. Great work from the Louth defence there. Didn't commit, didn't go in hard on the tackling, just stood her up, forced her into the corner, forced the overcarry, and to be able to maybe relieve a little bit of pressure on themselves here. Una Pearson has come from goal to take this one deep down into the corner, facing into the stiff breeze. I'd imagine she'll have to go short. The ball just hung, and it drops down into the hands of Feeney, Niamh Feeney. Trickily transfers into Laura Fleming. Back Feeney giving her shout, looking for it again. Now she goes from distance out. The wind's going to carry us out to the wrong side of the post and wide, and that would be a first wide with a shot in anger. Two wides were balls they were trying to play in, and they just trickled out over the end line. 1-1 to a point in favour of Roscommon. It's Louth then over on the far side, carrying out. Number 7 over there again, little tug back on Ciara Nolan's arm, resulting in the free. The rain again has passed us by. Looking up, there's actually a clear blue sky coming out on the back of it here as well. There we believe that there could be a bit of sunshine could arrive on the Cooley Peninsula with this here. It's Louth at the moment, and as I speak, there it is. The sun does appear directly into our faces here. So we're getting it all, the wind, the rain, and now the sun breaking out. Not Rachel Fitzmaurice, Shannon McLaughlin. McLaughlin transferring it down and into Emer Bourne. Bourne carrying over to the 45-metre line. She has support way out on her left-hand side. She gives that support, and now they switch it back across here again. Good football from Louth. Aoife Russell again. I hear the shout of carry it in, carry it in. That's exactly what we're going to do, but the ball carried itself in there. Jenny McCourt had been in possession of that one, just couldn't get to it. Megan Kelly again has been very decisive back in that corner back position, clearing up a lot of the danger that has come in there. Takes it quickly out to Lisa O'Rourke. O'Rourke dropping it down inside, just drops through the hands. First time two Roscommon players collide there, so they do accidentally. Ball on the ground, played along the ground, allowed to do that out into the hands of Jenny Higgins. Higgins being well stood up then by Katie Flood, and fouls Katie Flood, that is, fouls Jenny Higgins. Jenny picks herself up off the ground, and again she's directing it. She's going to go along with it, and naturally enough allowed the breeze and the wind to do the work for her, but the wind does do the work, carries it the whole way out. Again, was looking inside there for Aisling Hanley, and that one has gone out, and that's going to register as a fourth wide for Roscommon. Live with that 1 point as the referee calls back the action again. I think it was the goalkeeper just had too quick to kick that one out. That's what it was, just wasn't in position. You have to be dead centre on the 20, and that's where she places herself now. Takes it short to Aoife Russell. Russell just standing momentarily looking to see what's available for her, and she comes out to the near side to Holly Lamb Sally. Back inside again once more, quickly to the hands of Michelle McMahon. She transfers it right out over and used the full back Ellis Hand, and it was quickly again, as I said, through the hands inside again to Aoife Halligan. And Louth are very, very competent, must be said, with working it through the hands. They have to do that owing to the conditions, and again the ball just carries Aoife Russell, but she'll have plenty of time to get over to this far side, get picking the ball up, and she's been urged just to carry and coming and giving her support is Jenny McCourt, and she uses Jenny McCourt, who had called for it. Jenny now solo and now goes for the kick inside. Nice ball played in, and again just the bounce takes it away there, Laura Collins, and she just frustrated just by not taking it in the first time there. But Katie Flood comes across very strong, has AFL experience and probably used it all there to get handed that one. Brilliant work inside there. And was that just lifted off the ground when the knee was on the ground? It was. That's what happened with Sinead Kenny inside there. Lost her footing, was down on her knees, picked the ball up off the ground, and Katie Flood is taking charge of this one. And the sun does beam on down on us now after all the rain that has fallen here in the opening minutes with us. Looking at the clock, we're just coming up on about 14 minutes gone in this first half. An opportunity for Flood to get another score. Pulls that one on, is taken in on the line there, and is that Megan Kelly? It's not, it's Megan Kelly that's on the ball inside there now. That was well taken. It was Fleming, in fact, it was Laura Fleming, because here she comes, and she's after coming deep from inside in that corner, having pulled that ball down in on the corner. It's Niamh Feely. Feely back in then to Higgins. Higgins now lays it off inside here again to Kelly. Higgins back on the return of it once more, again being forced right out along the sideline here, doing very well, turning back in again, using the support of Lisa O'Rourke. O'Rourke over into the corner, back again. Higgins give her the shout, heard the shout, takes the ball. Wind rises again, so it does, but thankfully the rain is holding off. That's going to hang in the air. Oh, it's brilliantly taken inside there by Rachel Fitzmaurice, so it is. Just was momentarily blocked. The referee judged that it was illegally, so the little pull down on her, and an opportunity Roscommon again maybe to try and put one on the board for themselves. 1-1 to a point in favour of the visitors here at the moment, and it's Aisling Hanley standing over this one, coming off the left boot. Again, hangs it in the air. We're looking at the umpires, and they seem to signal, I think, that one has gone in and gone over. It is, because I see the referee marking it down. So that's 1-2 to a point in favour of Roscommon. And Una Pearson certainly has been the busier of the two goalkeepers, as she again opts to go short. On to the conditions. Little push in on the back there of the Louth player, and up a knock for herself as she did go to ground. There's common players just going in to acknowledge. Could be spoken to here, the number 12, Caroline Conway, and there may be a wee bit more further action to be taken by the referee. Philip Conway, just a little tick, so Caroline will be watching herself, and it appears to be just a knock in on the side as she went to ground there. And fairness to Caroline, she did acknowledge straight away as the water break is calling for us here. So, all seasons inside the opening quarter with us here. Gale force wind that has certainly been a big factor this game. Heavy rainfall at the beginning of it as well inside the opening minutes. And then the sun putting an appearance in for us as well. A game that has seen that it was Niamh Rice with the opening score from Louth. That was followed then with a goal by Roscommon from Jenny Higgins. Again, the ball was just kicked in. It was really all they could do from distance. Swirled, carried, bounced in front of Una Pearson and into the back of the net. And that was followed up then by a point from the number 10. That was Laura Fleming. And for the point then from the number 13. And I can tell you that number 13, Aisling Hanley from place ball. So what the water break with us here in the Cooney Peninsula at the Cooley Kickham's GA Club grounds here. It is Roscommon 1-2, Louth 1 point. And Roscommon, well, they know their way to goal. They scored 4 of them. Incredible to believe they scored 4-9 against Down last weekend and still ended up losing the game by a point. Down going one better by scoring 4-10. 3-5 to 3-3 at half time it was in that game, and again in probably similar wintry conditions, so Roscommon will be happy on that front that they have defensively kept things under control from themselves. Louth on the other hand, they drew with Sligo 1-10 apiece, so they have that point on the board. Una Pearson going to get the action back underway for Louth from the resultant free. The water break had been called. Thankfully the player that was down receiving treatment is back up on her feet again and able to continue, and I think it was the number 4 in fact over there, Holly Lamb Sally, maybe they picked up the knock, but here come Louth again, solo out of the ball, driving it up into the corner, nicely popped down inside there to the number 14. I can tell you that's Niamh Rice, so it is. Niamh Rice, very familiar with these ground. Lovely ball played across, goal opportunity here for now. Oh, it's in under the body. I thought the goalkeeper Helena Cummins had just done enough, but it was enough power to get it in and underneath the body, and I think is it coming out that it was Laura Collins, I think, that was on the end of that one. The ball come right across and face of goal. In fairness to Helena Cummins, come out, got right down onto the foot of the kicker, but it just crept in underneath her body, and that's the goal. That brings it to just a 1 point game. Well, I mentioned about goals and not conceding them, and straight after the water break it has happened. Water break still in ladies football. Obviously they've been removed from gents football, and they have had that factor. The water breaks have changed in the momentum of a game. Here come Roscommon trying to get momentum once more. Jennifer Higgins done very well, it must be said there. She was under all sorts of pressure as she headed towards the sideline again, and again it's good defensive work from Louth, trying to stand her up. How long is she going to hold it? And again, that's great work. Credit where it's due. You can hear the support behind here. Enjoyed that one, because that was good defensive work. Stood her up, tried to use her strength. In fairness, Higgins just couldn't break through the tackle, overcarried, but now they've spilled possession, Louth that is, and it's over in front there to Aisling McAuliffe, the number 25. She started in place of Saoirse Timon, and that one goes away over again. The referee's hand had went up. He would signal that he was playing the advantage. No advantage accrued from it, and it's going to come back for the free kick, more or less centre of the field with us here for Roscommon. And again, you just wonder, will they try to go long, place it in, or are they going to try to work something short? Looking behind, so going to go short, going to go back. Maybe should aim to try and go forward, particularly when you have that breeze which swirls, kind of comes across into our faces here at times, but it's definitely aiding, I think, Roscommon, it has to be said, in the first half. Is quickly through the hands with McAuliffe again, being directed where to go. Nice solo out of the ball. There's a runaway off the right hand side, but a little bit of space opened up inside for her here in the middle. Oh, great hand coming across, and Louth have gobbled it up, take possession of it, and coming out with it there. It looks like the Roisin Kavanagh, is it? Coming down on this near side, it is Roisin Kavanagh. Words of encouragement for her here from the large support that have gathered in for this one as well. But again, coming across, picking up Rachel Fitzmaurice on that one, quickly into the hands of Megan Kelly. Kelly sweeps it right across into Niamh Feeney. Roscommon just getting involved in a little bit of hand pass and handball. Maybe have decided and opted to go with that, as the kicking game just wasn't working for them. Solo from it from Feeney, number 15 on her back, who's sort of operating back on her full back, half back line, over into the centre here once more. Fitzmaurice is looking for it. It's going to fall into McAuliffe's hands instead. She takes it. Again, she's looking what options available. Now she does find Fitzmaurice. Rachel, that is. She is off to her left-hand side. Lisa O'Rourke, if she wants her, she does use her. Oh, lovely little shimmy to the right and back inside on her left. O'Rourke, it was enough just to buy her the yard of space. Hand gone in on her back, pushed at the hand of the referee, goes up. He notices that she's running towards the corner. There's no advantage running into the corner, and he does call it back. Good officialdom there from Philip Conway. Played the advantage. If O'Rourke had more of a line towards goal, the advantage would have carried on, but he could see that she was heading towards the corner. Nothing was going to come with that, and he called it back, and it is going to be a free in, and I think it's Fleming, Laura Fleming, that will be standing over this one. Looking at the post, you can see the breeze on her jersey as well. She'll aim for the far post, hope that it's going to hang, and it's going to come right down. There's another bounce inside of the ball there. This was Roscommon that are coming out with it in there with the number 12. That's going to go for a 45. It was Caroline Conway with the effort. Partially blocked down, has gone for another 45. The linesman on this near side going to go in just to mark where that 45 is to come from. Laura Fleming's going to come out again. Probably didn't take too many steps from her original position where she took the free. 1-1 to 1-2 in favour of the visitors. Roscommon here. Ball placed on the 45-metre line. 45s have been taken from the ground, and again, any little bit of elevation could see this ball being carried in. She's looking behind. I think she wants to go short. Again, maybe could be advised just to, just kick it in, because the wind will carry it, and you just never know. And there it has happened for them. Oh, brilliant block coming across. That was Aoife Halligan in on Katie Nolan, the two number 8s. Getting involved there. It was a good block on Louth now again. Coming out with Ellis Hand, was over on that far side, but it's been quickly transferred off, and they're carrying it over on that far side with their midfielder Emer Bourne crossing into the middle here to Jenny McCourt. Long ball dropped inside. Could be another goal opportunity here. This is the player that you want to have on it. Oh, crashed off the other side of the crossbar. Oh, brilliant work from Helena Cummins. Niamh Rice, it was with the effort. It crashed the underside of the crossbar. The umpires had a very quick look at it there. Came down, didn't cross the line, and in fairness to Helena Cummins, had the presence of mind in which she turned her body to react quickest to it and took it back out again. And the umpires were right inside on it there. You can see they're taking up position. Louth still continuing with this attack, so the yard hand coming out, breaking it down as the wind again rises here. It's out with Niamh Rice. Louth forced the whole way back out into the middle here once more. It's with Russell, Aoife Russell over then. Michelle McMahon has come from deep to offer a little bit more support maybe to the forward line now that they have moved forward. Rebecca Carr had transferred it quickly into the hands there, and going on the run is Ciara Nolan. All of a sudden a little bit of ground here. Cooley Kickham's backfield opens up in front of her. The ball's played inside there. It's just again carries on the breeze, and Roisin Wynne comes across, clears up that danger, and it comes out to this near side. That looks like McAuliffe it is, I think, that's coming out with it here. Solo out of the ball, under pressure, hand goes in there, she stops, takes another solo, and a little pull on her arm. Well spotted again by the referee. I think he again had given a little advantage, and it just didn't accrue. It's taken inside to Higgins then dropping it up long in, looking for Aisling Hanley, and again the ball wins the race owing to the conditions. That's going to go out, and it's going to register as a 5th wide for Roscommon. 1-2 to 1-1 in favour of the Rossies. Made the long trip up to the Cooley Peninsula here this afternoon for this one. Lidl National Ladies Football League Division 3 Round 2 encounter. A little bit of scaremongering football being played by Louth right across the full back line, but they're very comfortable with ball in hand, it must be said. It's with McMahon, transferred it quickly into the hands there of Roisin Kavanagh, and you can see just the speed with which they move it when they do get it to hand, and then all of a sudden the ground opens up in front of Shannon McLaughlin. She puts the head down and she carries right out over to the far side. It's back inside here once more. It's McLaughlin on it again. Look for Ciara Nolan, finds Ciara Nolan, a lady that's not afraid to put the head down and put the afterborders on as well. Again, it's always interesting to hear the shouts from management along the sideline here. They're calling for the switch just to go from one side of the field to the other. It's with McMahon once more. On that, giving it away. It was short by Michelle McMahon. And there could be an opportunity here for Roscommon maybe to capitalise on this one with Higgins. The run off the shoulder was coming from Fleming. Fleming just forced to go out wide, trying to get it in on her right. Puts that one across, and that one's gone in and over the bar. And that was punishing the mistake in the middle of the field. It's 1-3 to a point. Fleming with her second of the afternoon, and that was punishing just the error here in the middle of the field. and making it count. 1-3 to 1-1. As we look at the clock, and we can tell you we're about 25 minutes into this first half. There was a water break, so there'll be time to be allowed for that at the end. Louth coming up on this near side, looking in there for Katie Flood, as I say, a well-known sports person. Not only plays for Louth, but had a stint in the AFL and indeed represented our country in soccer at under 15 and under 19 level also. Higgins, Jenny that is, fouled over on the 45, well inside the 45, halfway between the 20 and the 45. Again, Fleming looking to want to go short. McAuliffe give her the shout from behind, and she makes use of that shout again. It's inside the Fleming once more. Roscommon are putting little moves together here now. Back out again, quickly into the hands of Fleming. Fleming tried to get down onto the favoured foot there. Louth knew exactly what she wanted to do. Got the players around her. Abby Curran coming in support. Out again then to Higgins. Higgins then from a tight angle out, and it's to the wrong side of the post and wide. That's a 6th wide by my calculations for Roscommon inside this opening half, and Una Pearson is calling for a ball again. You may not be able to see it, but just behind those goals there is a drop down into another piece of ground. You'll see the gentleman that's running, he'll disappear out of sight now down behind the goals. That'll give you an idea of the drop that is down behind there, and that's why when the ball does go off it rolls away down. So you'll have noticed he disappeared. The ball is down there as well. Una Pearson has managed to get another ball. The game can get started. She's kicked it out in front to Ellis Hand here. Hand under a little bit of pressure, goes back to the goalkeeper, allowed to do that. Into the centre to Aoife Halligan. When I say the centre, because she's a midfielder, but she's in the centre of her defence at the moment. That one's kicked with a little bit of power behind it. It was well taken back in there by the full back, Ellis Hand again, and she's adjudged to have been fouled. Louth win themselves the free. 1-3 to 1-1 in favour of the visitors, Roscommon here, as they Louth up to go back, and they're back again to their goalkeeper, Una Pearson. And Pearson happy to carry, and again goes out wide. Little bit of width being brought into the game here by Louth with Aoife Russell. Russell carrying over on that far side again. Momentarily halts her run because you could see the Roscommon rear guard was gathering in on her. Plays it over then to Holly Lamb Sally instead. Very quickly through the hands to Michelle McMahon. McMahon now quickly transfers it out then to Emma Bourne. Bourne solo out of the ball. Going to come back in on her left. No, continues to solo on the right. Back over again inside to Niamh Rice. That goal, a chance a little earlier on. Again, you can see the wind caught that one. She put her hands on her head, but I cannot blame her for that one. You could see it was caught the minute she kicked it. I've taken it very, very quickly. What a great kick out, it must be said, by Helena Cummins. She was so keen to get the action underway there. Higgins had run from a long way out to take that one with Fleming. Back inside once more to the number 11, Abby Curran. Back again to Fleming. Quickly transferred over in then to Sinead Kenny. Can they finish with a move or a score at the end of this one? Kenny went to ground. Louth come out with the ball. The referee won't look at it and allows the play to continue on. So Louth, the ball again. Just a little bit powerful with the hand pass. Caught on the breeze. Carried for Jenny McCourt here. McCourt had played it back inside to McMahon. McMahon into the centre then to Roisin Kavanagh. Kavanagh quickly in through the centre once more, and it's going to come back out a wee bit more width again, introduced to the play by Louth. Aoife Russell, as I say, that to go back once more into the centre. It looks like McMahon again coming across into the centre here then to Shannon McLaughlin. McLaughlin now popping the ball inside. Roscommon get their guard across on that one. Two of them coming across the cover because they knew the ball was going into the danger girl. Niamh Rice inside there. And immediately stopped that again. Ball played down. Abby Curran. Curran then out to Higgins. Is that Fleming that has gone running ahead of her inside there? Or is that Feeney? No, it's Fleming. In fact, that's who it is. Feeney's coming behind her here in support if she needs it. But Fleming happy to hold on to the ball. Back out again. Curran back inside to Feeney. Feeney switches it. Oh, lovely ball right across the centre of the field then to Kate Nolan. And Nolan swings it in. Oh, it's out to the wrong side of the post and wide. The 7th wide for Roscommon. They're getting their chances. They lead by 2, 1-3 to 1-1, and we're looking at the clock, and the stopwatch that I have in my hand is on the 29th minute. Time to be added for the water break at the end of this first half. The rain disappeared, the sun has gone behind the clouds, and we're getting a little bit of respite from the gale force wind that has been happening here as well, and there may be a little bit of action to be taken here. The referee, a little tick I would have thought for Kate Nolan there, just the Louth player chopped down as she was coming out. And Philip Conway just noting it down on his book, so Kate Nolan will be watching herself for the next few moments. Just took the book out, so a little mark maybe going into it against her name. Louth players thankfully will be fit to continue. Roscommon giving encouragement to each other, as I noted. Laura Fleming is the captain. I suppose doing what you'd ask of your captain, just giving words of encouragement to her side. Both teams may be glad of a little bit of a respite and break maybe in play as well. It has been frantic, playing not only against each other but against the elements here as well. Louth player is back up on her feet. That's given away inside here. Higgins capitalises on it again. Oh, partial block on it. Very important block, but it still drops down inside of the hands. Fleming, Abby Curran. Curran quickly transfers it out into that to Kate Nolan. Nolan just stood up inside there. Curran trying to get hand the ball. The referee he's judging. There's an advantage to Louth that he's given it to them and they're coming out with it here. Good work from the Louth rear guard there again. They'll be happy getting in at half time if they're only 2 down, considering the conditions that was inside there with Emma Bourne. Played it off inside then to Katie Flood. Always plenty of encouragement for Katie Flood when she's on the ball. Soccer style there, used all the skills, lost possession of the ball, so just swept it back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin coming out to this near side then, using Aoife Russell. Russell trying to go back into the centre here once more. Is that Rice that come out? It was indeed. And she transfers it quickly and then to Jenny McCourt. Jenny McCourt using a little bit of skill, trying to buy herself a yard of space. But again, the Roscommon rear guard stand up, clearing the danger. Coming out with it inside there is Lisa O'Rourke. O'Rourke going for the long ball, looking for Higgins. Got a good hand going in there from the Louth player. That's going to go for a Louth ball. I actually thought it was the Louth hand that got it to it, but the Nines man was right on it there. So it rebounded off the body of Jenny Higgins. In fairness, she didn't question the decision. Louth with it again with Rebecca Carr. Carr going to come across to McMahon. Michelle back out again then to the centre here once more. That looks like Roisin Kavanagh. It is indeed. Sweeping it away over to the far side to Ciara Nolan. Kavanagh coming and giving her the support if she needed it, and she did need it, and she made use of it. And Kavanagh carrying it way down into the corner, coming along inside along the end line, trying to fist one in over the bar, and Helena Commons comes out, clears that danger. Kavanagh maybe picked up a knock for herself inside there as well. As there goes the half-time whistle. Roisin Kavanagh picked up a knock. I think she tried to put that one across, but it is half-time with us here as the Sun puts in an appearance again, as we noted all 4 seasons inside the opening half with us here. It was Louth that opened the scoring with Niamh Rice, followed then by that goal from Jenny Higgins, a point from Laura Fleming, and then one from the number 13 inside there, Ashley Hannon. Left it 1-2 to a point when we went to the first water break, but directly after that water break, Louth getting in for a goal, and I think it was Aisling Hanley that was possibly on the end of it. It was the ball, or not Aisling Hanley, I should be saying, but Laura Collins. It was played right across the face of goal. In fairness, Helena Commons did come out, got right down on the foot of the kicker, but it crept in underneath her body to nestle in the back of the net. That left it 1-1 to 1-2, with Laura Fleming then adding a further point for Roscommon to leave it, as I say, at the break 1-3 to 1-1. Niamh Rice has crashed one off the underside of the crossbar in that first half for Louth as well, but has been entertaining fair given the conditions and the very difficult conditions that the two sides are playing in here. But at half time, as they make their way, and it is a trek and a walk over to the club rooms over in the far corner, it's 1-3 to Roscommon. Louth 1 goal and a point. And you're welcome back to the Cooley Kickums club grounds with us here in the Cooley Peninsula in the county of Louth. The wee county, of course, Roscommon are the first team back out onto the field with us here. Interestingly, all their subs made their way into the dressing room as well. The Louth subs remained out on the field. And it was interesting just watching. It gave us a good idea as to what way this breeze is working. When I say a breeze, it's a gale force wind. We'll have to be fairly honest about that. And it definitely is travelling. As we look out to our left-hand side, Roscommon would have been aided by it somewhat in that first half. It has helped them take in that 1-3 to 1-1 lead at the break. But you could see that once the ball goes up any height at all, it is caught and it swirls about. And that effectively led to Roscommon's goal in that first half. Louth still over in the dressing rooms, and it'll take at least a minute for they come down the steps to make their way here. So Roscommon, coming out of the warmth of the dressing room, are going to be left waiting on the field here because the club rooms are way off to our left-hand side. If you've just joined us here on our commentary on the live stream, this game was moved from the Darver Centre of Excellence, where it was scheduled to take place, to the Cooley grounds here. And our thanks to them at very, very short notice. They organised an Arctic lorry, curtain sider, to be placed here at the side of the field first, and our thanks to Hanlon Transport. We must acknowledge the skills of the lorry driver that managed to get the lorry in here as well, along a very, very narrow path, it must be said, up into what they call the backfield here at the Cooley Kickums Club. So credit to Hanlon Transport and to the lorry driver in particular that actually pulled off a 3-point turn in a 40-foot Arctic lorry at the side of a football field to ensure that he's facing for home, and that we had the curtain side to be able to open out and look out onto the ground here as well. So never underestimate the skills of a lorry driver. Louth still over in the dressing room, so Roscommon, even if we were just noting, would there be a change of jersey for them, maybe just the comfort of a warm jersey at half time? Well, that comfort and warmth will be gone out of it because they've been left standing here for the last few moments or so. And now I see Louth just coming up. There's a deep depression just off the edge of that field, drops away down. There's a walking track around these wonderful facilities as well. So many GA grounds and facilities now having those walking tracks, and there is one of them here also. And they're coming across that walking track, back up over at the far corner there. And you can see the steep incline that they're coming up, and that's why on occasion when the ball has gone out and the catch net behind hasn't caught it, it rolls away down and into a little bit of sort of spare ground that is between the field that we're currently operating on and the main field off to our left-hand side. Difficult conditions for both teams, but a credit to them. It was entertaining fair in the first half. Louth playing the ball through the hand at all times to try and get it in as close as they could to goal before they could take their scores. Roscommon, with 6 wides in that first half, had tried to kick from distance on the odd occasion. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. The ball at times was winning the race right out over the far end line. Philip Conway, by the way, is our referee from Armagh. He'll get the action back underway again. And again, to give you an idea of the breeze, just watch when he throws this ball up. It is quite literally liable to go anywhere when it does go up. You can see it is moving there. Again, he's going to have to go and collect it. And that's it placed on the ground. He's getting his watches set. He's checked with his lines people. He's happy, all's in order. The ball hangs and it comes down and is taken in by Byrne there in the middle of the field for Louth. And they are going to go long, and there's the first long ball going in. That's going to register as the first wide of the second half. 1 wide in the first half. But you can see what they're going to do, but the ball's been given away or the short kick out, and the referee, it looked like an advantage and they'd walked their way in. Little tug back. It was the kick out from Helena Cummins was picked out. I actually had my head down momentarily, just marking down the wide for Louth. That was taken so quickly, and it looked like it was going to break inside. And the referee, I think he's judged the ball wasn't kicked from the position. That was why she hadn't taken it from the position. So it's Katie Flood going to stand over this one, and that was why it wasn't taken from position. It wasn't a foul, it wasn't a loss of possession. Ball not kicked from the right position, and Katie Flood, it's out to the wrong side of the post and wide. I think the supporters to my right hand side here thought that and had gone in, but again, judging of the conditions, Helena Cummins dead centre, 20 metre line, trying to kick it out long, and it drops right down inside there to The number 13, Laura Collins, dropped in once more to Rice. Rice then over to her right-hand side to Jenny McCourt. And McCourt puts that one in and over the bar. And Louth do capitalise and get a score for themselves at the start of the second half to reduce it back to a 1-point game. A nice score in there by Laura Collins. Got the goal in the first half. Cummins again. The push is up, Louth pushing right up, which means she's going to have to kick long, and that means then it's a lottery when it does come out to Roscommon go up there. But again, Louth are winning it inside with Emer Bourne. Bourne quickly up into the hands there of Niamh Rice. Rice kicks it. That's going to go out to the wrong side of the post and wide. Another wide, so 3 wides inside the opening minute here of the second half for Louth. They're coming out wide. Speaking of wide, oh, what a great kick out and throw in there by Caroline Conway. Out off to her right hand side to Lisa O'Rourke. Ball bounces and comes back up into the hands of Kate Nolan. Nolan tried to give it inside to Jenny Higgins, but that was read brilliantly by Shannon McLaughlin. McLaughlin plays it down in front then to Laura Collins. Takes a solo out of the ball, back then to Roisin Kavanagh. Kavanagh going right up along the sideline here. The lines person following directly behind her to ensure she doesn't step out of the field to play, but that was given away, and it's Higgins for Roscommon that's going to try and capitalise on it. They have to work it through the hands. It's inside to Niamh Feeney, number 15 on her back, but she has been operating back in her half-back, full-back line. Back out to this near side then to Caroline Conway. Conway put under a little bit of pressure, runs herself into a little bit of trouble. The referee again judging, keeping a close eye, see where it's going to come out. And Louth haven't done so much work throwing that ball over, then give away a rather foolish foul with a push in on the back, and Roscommon will be able to relieve a little bit of pressure for themselves here and try to walk the ball up. Well, they'll have to look to see can they go with a short kick out, and that's what they've done with the free, or a short free. That's what they've done. Inside to, it looks like O'Rourke is coming out there, and the referee is going to come across and have a word here. Again, the book goes out. There could be a little tick in here. There is indeed for Katie Flood, so the little tick just for Katie in the book. They take it quickly here. Roscommon push in on the back there. No, judged to be a sideline ball. No, the referee has overruled the linesperson and gone with the push on the back, and it was a very evident push on the back. There is a change on Roscommon. I see the number 20 has come in there. Ellen Irwin has come in, so Ellen Irwin has come in for Roscommon, and we'll get to who it is that she has replaced. We hadn't been told of any changes at half time, but obviously they did make that one. But we'll stick with the play, and it's Irwin back on it here again. Ellen, that is, out to her left-hand side to Jenny Higgins, who did start in place of Niamh Shanaher at the very start of this game. It was one of 2 changes Roscommon made to their starting 15. That's over on the far side with Sinead Kenny. Kenny way over then to Megan Kelly. Kelly again putting it across as the rain arrives with us once more. It has been a day of all seasons, from blinding sunshine to gale force winds to driving rain. Just adding to the difficulty for the 2 teams here, but it's Lisa O'Rourke is carrying at the moment for Roscommon, and still carrying the high solo out of the ball. Very nearly carried it back out over her own head. That looks like Kelly, but it's brilliantly read inside there by the Louth rear guard, and they've turned it over and they've an opportunity to come out with it here as the driving rain comes sweeping across the field here at the Cooley Kickham's club grounds. The nominated ground for Louth to host this game today. As I noted, it was due to be at Darva, and then they moved it to here. And looked like, was there a change over on that far side for Roscommon? There is a change for Roscommon. The number 12 going off over there is Caroline Conway, that is going off, and the Roscommon player coming on, I'm sure, will do the dutiful turn her back to us here. We'll get to see a number and we'll be able to confirm for you who it is. It's the number 26 that has come in there for 12, so 26 for 12, and I'll confirm that name for you is Michaela McHugh. Michaela McHugh from the Kilglass Club that has come in there. There's Louth that are sweeping up the field, driven by the rain and the wind on their back, but again it's turned over. Roscommon once more getting in. Michaela McHugh, who has noticed has just come in there, getting in on that one, but again, once more, handling is difficult here today. The ball has been turned over, but that's a great hand going in, and Roscommon now may be able to sweep up the field, and they'll have to work it through the can. Kate Nolan, and as I say that, they kick one long, and it's a race for Sinead Kenny here out on this near side to get a cross on it, and she lost the race. She went in with the hand, put the hand on the back, and the referee's going to come across just to have a word with Michelle McMahon. She did throw the foot there just as the ball had went away from her. I think it was more frustration at her losing possession Nothing untoward, but it is a little ticking for her. And again, Philip Conway, our referee from Armagh, just notes that one down. They go back to their goalkeeper, Una Pearson. Pearson, comfortable on the ball, carries it out, plays it down in front to McMahon. Michelle McMahon. Back inside. Oh, another strong hand going in there. Looked like it momentarily had turned it over, and it's going to be a race for possession. And it's Roscommon who win the race with Sinead Kenny. It was herself that picked up that ticking a little moment ago. Laura Fleming being swung out of there, dragged down, and it's going to be a free in. And it'll be interesting to see will they try to kick this one from distance here. Again, I don't think conditions would even allow for that. May have to try and work and go something short. She is going to come behind her here. Hanley back to Ellen Irwin. Irwin will pop it out over the head and into the hands there of Kenny. Sinead Kenny back again. I may have inadvertently said earlier it was McMahon that picked up the ticket. It was Sinead Kenny, in fact. Roscommon, that's in with Jennifer Higgins or Jenny Higgins there. As we hold tight to everything here. That's a lovely ball played inside into Lisa O'Rourke. Gone down to ground, gets back up again, gets the ball in the hand. The shouts go, how long, how long? Brilliant block coming across on that one. That's gone out for a 45. Kieran Nolan, I think it was, got a hand across on that one to block that one out and goes for a resulting 45. And again, I can tell you right now, it'll be a short ball that'll be played here, because I don't think it'll be possible to try and kick into that gale force wind that is blustering across the grounds with us here. Will there be an option available for Laura Fleming? There is, if she takes it quickly, because Ellen Irwin has gone running out wide for her here. And she's looking and looking, and there's other runners coming. Niamh Feeney plays it along the ground to Lisa O'Rourke. O'Rourke gets it up, and a good hand coming in from Katie Flood. She spills possession, and they're coming out with it then with Laura Collins. A sweeping move. Oh, they went too quick with the kick. They could have took maybe another move to allow the players to get ahead of them there. Back inside then to Sinead Kenny once more. Kenny then plays it right across into the centre. The wind caught it momentarily, held the ball up. It was Rachel Brady, the full back, got possession of that one. Again, she's looking for options. She goes across field. Well, to say across the field, it sort of went back behind her there. Lisa O'Rourke, nice ball, played up in front. Spotted a little bit of space that Laura Fleming had made for herself. Laura Fleming getting away from the first of the tackles. Still carrying on. Was there an overcarry there? No, referee happy enough for it to continue on. He's going to go back, and it was a throw ball. Signal as if it was a forward pass in rugby, but it was the throw ball. Just with the pace and speed that Roscommon were trying to introduce to it there, just overcooked it ever so slightly. And the Louth working through. Aoife Halligan over on that far side had popped it into the centre here, and now the long ball. You can see just how the ball is carrying, and that one's running right up into the corner, and the ball is going to win the race and goes out through the cars that are parked over on that far side. Not something maybe you'd often see at a Gaelic ground, as the spectators are taking comfort in their car. They can watch it in comfort with maybe the car heater on. Ellen Irwin or Roscommon over in then to Feeney. Feeney down into the centre here to Lisa O'Rourke. O'Rourke being stood up, but she gets away from the first tackle. She's very, very strong in the tackle. Loses possession. Advantage was being played. The hand of the referee goes back down again. Short advantage out and then to Michaela McHugh. McHugh sweeps away over to that far side, and Roscommon trying to build. It looks like Roisin Wynne, I think it is, that's over there. And still carrying and coming back inside into Abby Curran. Curran then being stood up, and again a strong tackling going in there, trying to hold the player up, force them into an overcarry. Didn't work. Fleming gives it out then to Higgins. Jenny Higgins is back inside once more, and now look at the wind again, caught that one, so it did, just caught through the hands of Laura Collins. Will she win the race? Oh, good work, ground work there, it must be said, from the number 15, Niamh Feeney. Didn't commit to getting down on the ball. Toe poked it past her and walked into a little bit of space for herself into Laura Fleming. There's the difference. The ball just dropping dead the minute it got inside there. Fleming coming in along the end line again, being stood up. Strong hand coming across and hold. The players get round her. She's judged to have overcarried once again. Again, it's good defensive work from Louth. Just to get the players round her. Stood her up. Hands across the body. She couldn't break through that tackle. And it's going to be a free out, which Una Pearson will take. Looking 1-3 to 1-2. We've only had the 1 point in the second half, but don't let the low scoring fool you. Has been an entertaining game here, and absolute credit to the two teams to play in these difficult conditions. Kate Nolan inside to Jenny Higgins. Must be said Roscommon are the better side, even in the second half, playing against the elements with Higgins. Sweeps it way off to her left hand side. Abby Curran, beautiful ball down inside to the hand there. Roisin Wayne back inside to Abby Curran's inside to Laura Fleming. Takes it down off her shoulder. Oh, that's a one. No, it's out to the wrong side. The umpire added to the drama of it there. It looked like she'd just done enough. She kicked it with her back to goal in over her shoulder. It looks like we're going to get another change on the Roscommon team. We are. And Abby Curran, who was involved in that last move, is making her way off. And again, we'll just look to see when we get a glimpse of the number on the back. Is it Saoirse Timon maybe that has come in there? We'll just follow this with Ciara Nolan at the moment from Louth's perspective. Dropping it up inside. And again, just allowed her to go by Niamh Rice. Allowed her to go by her body the first time and was just enough. And she's carrying across into the centre. Pop pass inside, but again, it just goes awry. And Roscommon definitely are the better side here at the moment. Holding possession, keeping possession. That's all they have to do. They are ahead on the scoreboard. Time-wise, we're looking at 12 minutes gone in this second half. And Roisin Kavanagh trying to get a hand inside there. Niamh Feeney doing very well again under all sorts of pressure. Get that one away. And Lisa O'Rourke again doing very well also in what is horrible conditions. It's the number 17 in fact that came in there. That number 17 is Rosie Lennon that came in for Abby Curran. And that last break of play back inside to Higgins once more. She has Fleming off to her left hand side. She opts instead for Michaela McHugh. Lovely ball played inside then to Aisling Hanley then swings it in. Oh, it's gone in. Oh, it is gone in. It hit off the back stanchion, I think, and it is a goal, yeah. Just eluded the hand inside there of Una Pearson as that one was put across. I'm not so sure it was an effort for a point, but again, it just caught in the breeze, dropped down, and Roscommon go forward to the good with that goal. And I think it was Hannon that put that one in. It looked like she was trying to go for the point, but it caught and just passed the hand of Una Pearson. But Louth now trying to go the opposite side of the field, and again they lose possession. They give it away to Megan Kelly of Roscommon, going back to her full back there. She put the shoulder down. It's going to be a free out. The Louth players come off the worst there, but she kind of run across the run of the Roscommon player coming out. Roscommon are keen to get on their way with it here. They know they've got a little bit of momentum with them at the moment. Philip Conway is our referee, just going over to check on the welfare of the Louth player. She did come off the worst in that challenge. Coming out with it had been Rachel Brady, and in fairness, it was the Louth player just come running across in front of her. She could absolutely do nothing in regards to the collision, and hopefully the Louth player will be fit to continue. Conditions certainly not all that favourable to be down on the ground, and they're making a change. Our Louth, the number 9, I see Emer Bourne has gone off. I just didn't quite see. I seen her walking towards the dugout there, so we'll just have to look to see across who it is that maybe came in. Number 22 has come in. That's Sarah Moore. Sarah Moore has come in place of Emer Bourne, and thankfully the Louth player is back up again. So Sarah Moore is the first change. Throw of the dice by Louth as that ball's dropped inside there, and again it's going to be a free out for Roscommon, leading on the score 2-3 to 1-2. They'll be happy with that, playing now against the wintry conditions. In the second half, the ball has been turned over, and Louth may have an opportunity to capitalise on this. Loss of footing over there for the Louth forward going to ground. Is it Niamh Rice? I think it is. It's on that one. The referee is adjudged that the ball may be handled again on the ground by the Louth player. You can't play it along the ground. You can't pick it off the ground when you're down on the ground yourself, and I think that's what the judge or the referee, no, he's actually going to throw it up. That's what he's doing. I thought he signalled for a free out, but there was no one to any advantage there, so he's going to throw it up instead. The two 22s going in against each other, and it's the 22 of Roscommon that comes out to Fleming. Fleming quickly through the hands, and again, what has he spotted or seen there? He's going across. He's telling the spectators actually just to step off the field. That's what happened. They may have been just getting involved in the action there, and he's just asked them all to step back across the line and make their way back off the field. And that's exactly what he's done. And now he will allow the play to continue on. I take it any shelter that to be got, maybe possibly over on that side. Well, the umbrellas are up certainly. That's with Higgins again driving it long up into the corner to Laura Fleming. Fleming toe pokes it across in front of herself, trying to get down on it. That's a push in on her back, and again Louth guilty just of giving away soft little freeze. Fleming was under difficulty trying to bend her back to get that one. Probably would have been best to let her get down and then to stand her up, but the little push came in on her back, and now it's going to be a free in for Roscommon. And it looks like, is it Fleming is standing over this one? It is indeed. And again, you'll see the conditions. I'm sure the camera's giving it to you. The wind and the rain coming right down into her face here. This will be a fantastic score if she can get any sort of an angle on this one to pop it in and over the bar. And she's done that. That's an absolutely brilliant score. And in fact, I think it was Laura Fleming. It was indeed. That's an absolutely brilliant score in the conditions. So it was. As she put that one in and puts 5 between them, we'll go to the second water break, and it is 2-4 to 1-2. It was Laura Collins that got the point for Louth at the start of the second half. They followed that up with 4 quick wides as they tried to go for a long ball in. Again, ball was winning the race going out over the end line. A couple of efforts at post as well that just swirled, caught the breeze and out. But then the goal, the second goal from Roscommon, coming from Roisin Hanley. It looked like she, in fairness, I think going for the point. She may say different if we were speaking afterwards that she chipped it into the corner, but it looked like she was trying to go for the point, and it caught in the breeze and dropped down. Una Pearson just couldn't get enough of a hand to it to take it back out again. And then just as we went to the water break there, the number 10 Laura Fleming putting one in and over the bar. Again, it may have been close in and a favourable angle for anybody with the right foot, but the conditions contriving to make it a near impossible kick, but she made it look so simple as she swept that one in and over the bar. And Roscommon, who lead here in this Lidl Ladies National Football League Round 2 Division 3 encounter by 2-4 to 1-2. And if this was going to say it's the way it is at full time, well, it'll certainly leave a very, very interesting round 3 of games in this particular grouping. Louth drawn with Sligo, of course, last weekend. Roscommon going down by 4-10 to 4-9 to Down. Looking out, and I see Roscommon have made another change. The number 19 has come in there, Lauren Shanaher. So Lauren Shanaher has been introduced for Roscommon. So again, when we note who it is that she's come in for, we'll let you know. Obviously, we're just looking on keeping an eye on numbers, so they're all combining now, the substitutes. Fresh legs being introduced here. Louth have only made that one change from their starting 15. They done it moments before the water break there. With the fresh legs of Roscommon to be able to run against the breeze. Looks to be the way that they are going to see this one out. And as I say, Lauren Shanaher is their latest addition to this side. It's Louth that win themselves the free, but again they cough up possession. And so for one of the number of changes that they made, Rosie Lennon, they come in for Abby Curran during the course of this second half. Ball still deep over into that corner. And Roscommon, well, this is working in their favour just to hold possession. They're obviously fancying to go forward to get scores, but all they really have to do is hold possession, work it through the hands, and even at this stage work the clock in their favour. They're leading by 5. It's outside again with Higgins. I suppose every score they put on will ensure the scoreboard more and more in their favour. Played along the ground, you're allowed to do that. She's managed to do that, allowed to do that as well, because there was no part of the body from the knee up that was down on the ground. Played it along inside then to Lisa O'Rourke. O'Rourke just put Fleming and Biddle there, and coming across was Aoife Russell, and Louth finally get some possession for themselves. Michelle McMahon looks like she wants to take charge of this one, and again they can afford to go long with the breeze on their back and just allow it to carry, and they kicked it straight down into the throat of 3 Roscommon players, so they did. And it's Roscommon that take control of it. Katie Nolan back again inside to Laura Fleming, and Laura Fleming is foul and wins herself the free. And I think even at this stage you can say Roscommon definitely are the better of the two sides, just a little bit more confidence in their handling of the play on the ball. great team support as well. Need to take it quickly, and she was looking around, and I think that's what happened. She eventually just had to go with it, and she finds Aisling Hanley over on that far side. She comes back in on her left. That's going to come back inside. Una Pearson this time controls the bounce that comes in front of her there. The wind going to catch that one. That's going to be a race for possession. The hand just couldn't go down to it there. Holly Lamb Sally just couldn't get her hand down to it to stop it from going out. It's gone for sideline ball. Deep down into the corner here for Roscommon. Laura Fleming that'll take it. Cuts it short back to Jenny Higgins. Higgins going back again to Fleming. These two combined so effortlessly, so they do. But there's a judge again. There it is. Throw ball. Again, they're trying to move it with such pace that they just throw the ball just with the speed with which they do it. McMahon back into Holly Lamb Sally. Back over into the centre here to the change that came in there. That was Sarah Moore. Up into the centre here to Aoife Russell. Russell transfers it very quickly over inside there. And now Louth are moving it quickly through the hand of Ciara Nolan. Nolan then out to Roisin Kavanagh. Kavanagh then being walked away out wide, but she uses the support coming behind her there. And Rebecca Carr. Carr back behind herself. Then again, that looked like it's a Katie Flood. Flood then across here to Ciara Nolan. McMahon has come off her shoulder. She uses McMahon, so she does to good effect. McMahon then high pass going inside, but again it's just given away. Louth just at times doing this. They're working so hard with primary possession, and then it's just the final pass that at times is letting them down. But Katie Flood was fouled on this occasion, and she wins herself the free. There's going to be another change. Louth are going to make that change. You can see the linesman's flag over on the far side. That just gives you an idea of the breeze. You can see the flag as he signals the change. Are they going to make the change before they are going to make the change? It's Michelle McMahon that is going off, and again we'll just wait till we see the turn of the back and we'll tell you who it is that has come in. It's the number 30 that has come in, and that is Ciara Woods. So Ciara Woods is in. It's Louth with this free with Katie Flood. As she kicks that one from a long way out, just out to the wrong side of the post and wide. And that's a fifth wide in this second half. Just very difficult maybe to judge the breeze when you put the ball up high like that. We're coming up on 23 minutes gone on the stopwatch. Water break still to be accounted into that. You can hear the wind and the galvanised roof above our heads here. It's like rumbles of thunder now just above our heads here. But it's Louth that's in possession of this one. Having to do a lot of work is Aoife Russell on that one. So it was as we grab notes that have tried to go awry on us here now as well. Back out, and it's coming out with it is the number 19 for Roscommon, and that number 19, I can tell you one of the number of changes that they've made in this second half is Lauren Shanahan. Over then to Michaela McHugh. McHugh has the runner off to her left hand side, and she makes use of that runner, and this is where Roscommon are just that little edge on Louth because they hold possession and always get a hand in. The hand of the advantage has gone up, the hand of the advantage has gone down, but Roscommon and Michaela McHugh are still holding possession of the ball. There's a player who's gone down injured over there, and I think is that the number 6 Shannon McLaughlin, I think, that has gone down onto that challenge. It is indeed, and the referee just stopped and play to allow the assistance to come into her there, and I think when play continues it will be a ball in hand for Roscommon. As we look at the score, we can tell you it's 2-4 to 1-2. Scores at a premium here throughout this encounter, but totally down just to the conditions that has been experienced here. 2-4 to 1-2 in favour of the visitors, Roscommon. He made the trip up to the Cooley Peninsula with us here. It's the Cooley Kickham's GAA club that is playing host to this game today. There's plenty of running to find space there off the ball. Thankfully, Shanahan is back up on her feet again, just getting herself warm back up again too. And when it commences, it'll be Roscommon. As we look, have we another change that's maybe occurring? Possibly. No, I thought the linesman was signalling for a change. I think there will be a change. You can see he had his flag up, and they're just waiting for it. Louth that'll be making that change, I think, but possibly this piece of play will be allowed to continue before that change maybe takes place. So Roscommon on the ball. It's Laura Fleming, I would have thought, that's standing over there as well. Again, nicely kicked in short, well read, but not picked up on. And again, Louth just under all sorts of pressure back on their own full back line there, trying to come out with it. And it's Jenny Higgins using all her strength, gone in, collided, I think, with one of her own players. She did indeed, but she's fouled then, and going to be another free for Roscommon. And picking herself up gingerly off the ground is Kate Nolan. She actually collided with Jenny Higgins, one of her own players, going in there. And there is the change. Louth are going to make that change now. So they are. So both management teams now using their bench. If you look to see who it is that will be making way from a Louth perspective, I think Laura Fleming's going to cross just to get some advice, possibly maybe from management as well, as to how to work or what to work with this one. A change going in is the number 27, and is it Roisin Kavanagh? Is it that's making way? It is. It's Roisin Kavanagh that's making way, and that number 27 is Ruth Hannah. So Ruth Hannah has gone in. Ruth Hannah, number 27 on her back, has gone in, and it's Roisin Kavanagh that has made way for her, and it's Roscommon that are going to be standing over the ball. And I think Laura Fleming was actually getting her bootlace tied, obviously with the gloves on, and not the easiest thing to do, so she'll have an opportunity here to possibly get another score on the board for herself. Deep breath, just a relaxing of the shoulders. A little shimmy to her right, drops it down on her right, and again, has she judged the conditions she has? That's a great score again, and I can't give enough credit to the quality of them scores in these conditions. And she puts that one in and over the bar, and that leaves it 2-5 to 1-2. And it's definitely Roscommon that are the better side here, not only on the scoreboard, just with performance-wise as well. They've adapted so well to the difficult conditions here. And as they give it to Ellen Irwin. Irwin again turned over, but again Roscommon just always that wee bit quicker, even when it's a breaking ball, and even when they lose possession, they're always very quickly back in again to get hand to ball. Feeney sweeps that one right across the full back or the 20-metre line, and here they come again with Laura Fleming, certainly putting in a player of the match performance as Fleming, alongside, in fairness, Jennifer Higgins. But as I say that, this one turned over now. Katie Flood has an opportunity. She can kick from distance, but that one's gone way out to the wrong side of the post and wide. They have 6 wides in the second half. Interestingly, Roscommon had 7 wides in the first half. They've had 1 wide in the second half. Roscommon Louth had 1 wide in the first half. It appears to be that playing against the elements is that little bit easier than having them on your back. Down to her left-hand side, it's Helena Cummins, but this one's been given away and it's dropped inside. Goal opportunity here for Ciara. She hits the back of the net. I say Ciara because it was Ciara Woods that was on the end of that one, and she puts that one to the back of the net, and this game back on here again. 2-2 to 2-5. Well, the ball hadn't been up here for quite a while, but when it had been up here, the push came up, the pressure was put on Helena Cummins for her kick-outs, and again the referee just stopping the play because for another change to be made. Louth going to make another change right back in this one. 2-2 to 2-5. Ciara Woods come in as a second half substitute, finding the back of the net on that one, and she's coming in. That change at number 13 gone off is Laura Collins, and it's the number 24 that has come in, and the number 24 is Shona Halligan. So Shona Halligan has come in, and again the kick out has gone awry here for Roscommon, and Roscommon will want to get in on that one. It's with the goal scorer Ciara Woods getting players around her, and as I say, it's taken Louth a while to get the ball up this side of the field, and Katie Flood from a long way out sweeps that one in and over the bar, and all of a sudden Louth have found their mojo again. 2-3 to 2-5, 2-point game, and as I say, the ball just haven't come up to the side of the field. The pressure's been put on the kickouts, and trying to get it out now is the problem for Roscommon. They're trying to go short, they're coughing up possession. Helena Cummins gets distance on it, and it drops down, and again it's Louth that win it in the centre of the field. It's inside with one of the changes that's after coming in, Shona Halligan, and the hand goes up. Brilliant work inside there by Lisa O'Rourke to break that one down, and she wins herself the free, and this will ease just a little bit of pressure for Roscommon. We're 30 minutes gone in this second half. The water break, 1 or 2 stoppages for subs, 1 or 2 stoppages just for knocks that were picked up as well. All that will have to be added on, so still time and plenty of time in this encounter, I would have thought, as Roscommon win possession and Louth coming in and trying to turn it over. And again, the referee judges that it was illegally done, the possession that was won by Roscommon there. And again, He has the book out, a little ticking, I would have thought here, yeah, for the number 9, Lisa O'Rourke. So she's in the book. I think the other Roscommon players is Jenny Higgins, just trying to explain that it was a pull on the arm as the ball was trying to be got away there. Well, this will be just played. Certainly, no, they've gone behind. I would have thought they would have tried to turn and just kick it in long, because that's what has been working for them. Ciara Nolan pops it down inside there, and it's inside then with Niamh Rice. Niamh Rice sweeps it right across the field here, looking for the one of the changes that comes in, but coming out of it there is the number 19, that's Laura Shanaher. And Shanaher passes it back to Higgins. Higgins sweeps it away out over to the far side to Lisa O'Rourke. Roscommon really just have to hold possession. That will be the key thing for them at the moment, with Laura Fleming back again to Higgins once more. Grandstand finish to this one, and Louth have managed to turn it over, but adjudged to being a push in on the back there of Higgins as she went to ground. It looked like they had turned it over. And Roscommon again just settling down on it. They take it, drive it up deep into the corner, and it looks for the number 8 inside, Kate Nolan, but it's just Louth that's going to come out with it here. The bounce just didn't favour the first time, the hand inside there of the number 27, Ruth Hanna, and again she just gives it away and coming back, sweeping the opposite way as Lisa O'Rourke. It's just ebbing and flowing this game now at the moment. There's a sense of urgency with Louth. Naturally enough, they have a feeling if they could get it back up the field, there could be another score in this game for them. There's only the two between them, 2-5 to 2-3. It's working again through the hands. Ciara Woods with her goal that has really put this game, as I say, to a grandstand finish. Out to the far side then to Ciara Nolan. Nolan transfers it very quickly out there, and this is the ball they've been looking for. What a ball, dropping it down inside. Roscommon need to be getting the numbers back. It's going to come out again, ball on the ground, can't get a hand in on it, couldn't put the hand on it because the knee was down on the ground. We've plays it out instead then in front to Shona Halligan. Halligan then played it off inside. There's back inside with her hands once more, and it goes down behind here. It's frantic fair here just as Jennifer Higgins goes to go in. It's going to be a free in and an opportunity for Louth here when Roscommon are getting the numbers right back on their goal line. Are they going to play it short and try to work a goal for themselves here? We're looking at the clock. We're 32. It'll soon be 33 minutes gone. I would have thought there could be a minute or two, maybe more, to be added for water breaks, but I think they'll just try to pop it in, put it over the bar and put one between them, and that's exactly what they have done. And I think that was the number 5, Rebecca Carr. It was indeed. They've got that one. There's one between them. Possession will be key. And they allowed it to go short, Louth, so they did out to Lisa O'Rourke. One time maybe they just didn't get enough of a press up. It's with Higgins. Higgins plays it down inside then to Roisin Wynn. Roisin Wynn carrying up on this near side, trying to get inside the one tackle, drag down, going to win herself the free. There's the hand inside there of Eilish Hand that just pulled her down. And Higgins again takes charge of this one, playing it up into the corner, looking for the captain, Laura Fleming. A little shoulder in on her there. The referee allowed that one to go away and get away with it. Now they're going to come out with it here, and they're going to get one more attack up the field. They're going to be going looking for the equalising score. They just need to hold possession, get the ball up, high hand in there. Hand of the advantage goes up. Louth retain possession of it or keep continuing to go forward, which means the advantage is over. It's with the number 22 inside there, but again the ball has just gotten away, but it still could be inside there for Louth. Again, it's Katie Flood that's going to go in and on. It's touched on the ground, a push on the back. That's exactly what it was, touched on the ground. The referee is adjudged, and it's going to be an opportunity for Roscommon again to clear the danger for themselves. I'll be looking at the clock, and I certainly think we're into the point of time now where time has been well played. 2 footballs on the field, so one will have to be discarded at first, so that's just happened. Roscommon, from their perspective, in possession of the ball. It's inside to Rachel Fitzmaurice. There's different words of advice coming in from the supporters here. One was go back to the goalkeeper, the other was to put pressure on the kicker. It's with Laura Fleming. As Jenny Higgins picked up a knock for herself there. Again, the referee just stopped and play to ensure that she's okay. I think it was just her foot was caught, her standing foot was caught as she went to ground on that one. It seems to be just up on the side of her hip that she picked up the knock, maybe hitting the ground then as well. And Roscommon will retain possession of this one. Jenny Higgins just catching her breath as she steps back up again. And it's just breaking the momentum of the play as well. And the referee is calling the ball back. It's going to be a free for Roscommon, is it? No, it's Louth in possession of the ball. In fact, it was Louth that was in the possession of the ball. And he's going to allow them to restart the game. It may have gone out maybe for a sideline ball. Looks like a free that was taken there. But anyway, Louth have retained possession of it. They're working it through the hands of a number of changes that they made there. That one was Sarah Moore. Back out again then to Ciara Nolan. Nolan holding possession, trying to step inside. Continuing on, back out then to Rebecca Carr that has brought it back to a 1-point game from a long way out. That's a wonderful kick of the ball, but it's going to sweep away off to the wrong side of the post and wide. And that, by my calculations, is a 7th wide. Incredibly, 7 wides it was to Roscommon in the first half, 7 wides to Louth in the second half, 1 wide apiece in either half. And there goes the full-time whistle. And it's Roscommon that just hold on by the bare minimum here. 2-5 to Roscommon, 2-4 to Louth. But credit to both teams for a highly entertaining encounter with us here, considering the difficult conditions that they were playing in as well. And a grandstand finish for us there. Ciara Woods really bringing Louth right back into it at the death there. But Roscommon just holding off the Louth attacks as they come at them there. And they take the valuable points away from this encounter. And the Cooley Peninsula is finished here. Roscommon 2-5, Louth 2-4.